Let's up, down, get to it. We're gonna mobilize a little bit if you weren't here for full body blast, so make sure that we get you covered. We're gonna start down in all fours. We're gonna start with our ever beloved cat cow. So we're gonna be pushing that belly button towards the ground, lifting those hips from that top of the head to the ceiling. Exhale in inverse, pushing that low back to the ceiling. Try to get that belly button as far away from the mat as possible. Switching back around. Again, just getting those hips kind of loose, getting those abdominals stretched out, alternating back and forth here. But I also want you to think about really pushing those arms down into the ground, getting some good stabilization for those shoulders, those triceps. Not always just the core here, but remember that pillar stretches from those shoulders through those hips and glutes. So we're going to get all of that one more time around here. All right, we're going to walk it out to a plank position. All right, really working to push those arms down into the ground. All right, pulling those abs in nice and tight. Glutes are tight. Heels go away from you. Think about it from the top of your head, reaching to one wall, the tips of your heels reaching to the other wall. Great length through that body. And we'll drop that down into a low plank position. Still maintaining that tightness through the body, that length. We're going to bring that back up to high plank. And go ahead and relax. All right. Nice and strong, ready to go, right? So today we have 4 different movements. We're going to do a nice little reps and hold kind of on and off situation, okay? So first round that we go through is all going to be for reps. Second round all the way through is going to go for holds for our 30 seconds, all right? 30 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. We'll get our timer ready. First one, we're hitting some bird dogs. I'll show you that in just a second. So we're going to go ahead into the all fours. So what we're hitting is opposite arm, opposite leg, both extending out, big reach. Same knee to elbow coming up, reaching up underneath. All right, extending back, knee to elbow underneath. All right, so staying on this same side for this whole first 30 seconds. Once you really find that balance as we reach that knee to elbow. Last 2, 1, and relax. All right, take a quick second, shake it out. We're just going to go to the other side. So whatever arm was reaching, that arm's going to stay down. Whatever leg was reaching, that leg will stay down. Okay? So same deal, just on the opposite side. Let's go for it. We're reaching out, creating length. Bring that knee to elbow underneath. So when we meet up in the middle, that knee to elbow, once you're going to actively drive that knee into your elbow and push away. So it's almost like you're forcing 2 magnets together when they repel. Holding strong here, through that shoulder, through that hip. Last 3, 2, 1, and bring it down. All right, next movement, we're going to hit a low plank hold, but it's going to be palms down, and we're going to shift that into a plank. We'll kind of walk this through together. So go ahead and get down on your elbows, palms on the ground, step back into a low plank position. So what we want to do is shift our weight forward and pushing up through those hands into a high plank position. All right, shifting us back down to that plank. If that's too much, we can always walk up onto those hands and walk back down. All right, either way you do it, one at a time or both. Great way to get some tricep work in here as well, some secret triceps. And relax. All right, just call out, make sure everybody is muted on their microphones. Next movement, we're going to flip around to our bridge. All right, our glute bridge. So we're going to add a little abduction onto this one. So what it's going to look like, We're going to bridge up. Those knees are going to push away from each other. Feel those glutes a little extra. Bringing those knees back together. Hips go back down. All right, bridging up. Knees apart. Really drive away. Knees together and back down. Great way again to get some glute work. Get that kind of external hip that we lose a lot of during that day in that nice seated position. Last one. Up, drive apart, down, and down. All right, those are our 4 movements. We're going to flip back over. We're going to go for that bird dog again. This second round is all going to be holds. All right, so we're going to hold up underneath in kind of a 2-point balance. All right, so what that's going to look like, we're going to lift that arm and leg, first getting that length, and we're going to draw up underneath. So I want you to focus on really driving that knee into that elbow and creating force. We're holding that tension, holding that force up underneath, still playing that balance factor on the hand and knee. We're holding here. Last 5, last 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, so making sure that we open up that abdomen right after that, right? Try to avoid any cramping. We're going to go flipping over to the other side, so a nice little cross oblique pull on that. We'll do the same thing on the other side, this next one. All right, getting up, getting ready. Whatever arm and leg were just extended, go ahead and keep those down. Start with that length, and we'll pull up underneath. So again, just looking to create tension, driving that knee in. This is that unstoppable force and movable object situation. Your elbow is one, your knee is the other. Which one is going to win? Driving against each other, creating tension. That core is absorbing all that tension, trying to mitigate it. We're holding here. Last 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right. Whew. That's going to work. So we're going to flip over back down to that hold. It's going to make it easy. It's going to be a low plank hold on this one. If you want to add a little dynamic to it, you can certainly go for a nice little body saw action. All right, just move that body forward and backs. All right, as if you were going to step up with those hands, but we're going to opt not to. This time we were just pulling that belly button in again, just like the last one. It's all about creating tension through the middle of that body. So pull those abs in nice and tight. Like you're trying to push the ground down, but you're not actually going to move anywhere. Last 2, 1, and relax. All right. Flip it over, we're going to the bridge. So this time on our bridge, we're driving those knees apart and we're keeping, again, that tension. Tension is the name of the game here. When we're going for holds, you're not just trying to get through the time, trying to put as much effort into it as you can. So hips go up, knees go out. And we're going to hold and squeeze. So you should definitely feel those glutes working. We're actively trying to lift those hips while those knees go out. A little extra glute work on that one. Shaking already. Good chance to get some breath in here. We got a final few seconds. Glutes as tight as possible. Last 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right. It's one of the good ones. All right, so back to the top. Round of reps. So we're doing that bird dog. Pick side. Any side can be your favorite, can be your least favorite, whichever one. Let's go for it. Reaching here, trying to get that extension. Still driving that knee to elbow as we meet up underneath. But just for a brief second. And extend. So we'll get one more round of holds after we get through this one. So we just want to make sure we have a good big range of motion. Really actively reaching those toes, those fingers all the way out and across. Last 2, 1, and relax. You're going to feel those bridges from the last round. I'm going to kick that leg back, which is good. It means we're doing it all correctly. So we'll take a quick second to recover. We'll get back down, go into that opposite side. All right, gotta make sure I don't do the same side again. So let's go for our reaching that arm, reaching that leg, pulling the meat up underneath. So again, this is an excellent core move, or not a core movement, a pillar movement, since we are engaging all the way from those shoulders through that abdomen, through that low back, into that glute and hip region as well. So we're kind of covering all our bases here. Great stability work, some contractual work. The last one, and time. All right. Ooh. I'm going to go from those low plank to high plank transition movements here. This one again going for reps. You can do the 2-arm walk up or the 2-arm press up or the 1-arm at a time walk up. So getting that low plank, palms down, pushing through into that high plank. So we do want to make sure that that body is stiff. All right, try not to wave that body up, but that's where that core is going to come into, keeping that body nice and straight so the whole thing can lift up together. Lower ourselves back down. We got last 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, flipping it back over. Next time on the bridges. Last time we're doing reps on the bridges, so make sure that they are looking good, feeling good. Big range of motion, that's always the primary focus here, all right? Let's go up and get it. Hips up, knees out, knees together, hips back down. All right, sometimes we'll have the focus of getting as many reps as possible in this short amount of time, but I urge you to really just focus on each rep as an individual set. All right, trying to get the most out of that 1 rep as you can. Doesn't matter if you do 50 half reps, right? If you can do 5 really good solid work reps, probably get a lot more out of it. Last one here, and relax. All right, I like those. I'm gonna do those a lot more. And really want to add some work on. Put a mini band around those knees. That'll be a good one. All right, last round right here. Final 4 minutes or so. We're gonna work to get that reaching that knee to elbow up underneath and putting that pressure in that hold. So the last round here is all holds. Putting that effort in that hold. Tension through that whole body. Find that balance. Not as good this final round, but hey, we're gonna hold on to it best we can. Arms engaged, hips engaged. Abs obviously very engaged. Last 3, 2, 1, and hold. All right, I'm opening that up. We got one more time on the other side of those bird dog holds. We're looking good on time. So let's go ahead, get set, get ready, find out which arm, which leg needs to move. And let's get it starting with that reach and pulling up underneath. All right, making sure that back is nice and neutral, right? We're not arched way up to the ceiling or sinking back down. We're finding that balance between those 2 points of contact with the ground. Tension through that knee and arm. Let's hold it. Now, last 5 seconds. Last 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right. Man, those are kind of hard. So like the last handful of seconds, first handful, you're like, oh, it's all right. So that last handful there, like, that one's real tough. All right, so we're gonna get to those planks. Again, holding that low plank. You can have that optional body saw if you would like to. Otherwise, just holding nice and strong. All right. Through that whole form, we're pressing down into the ground, right? Trying to get that chest as far away from the ground as possible, but still keeping the contact through the whole forearm. So that's really going to get kind of that space between those shoulder blades that we like to see. All right, we don't want to be down here. Right, we want to be actively pressed up, lift against the mat. Last 3, 2, 1, and relax. Flip it over. One last one here. We've got some glute bridges with some abduction in those hips.
Let's go for it. Hips go up. Draw those knees out. Squeeze those glutes and hold. It's going to be a real solid 30 seconds here. We're going to try to get as much glute activation as we can. Think about squeezing every single muscle fiber on the backside there. Low back's involved, hamstrings are involved. Certainly those glutes, those hip abductors on the outside of those hips. Last 3, last 2, hold for 1, and down. All right. That is going to do it, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed some abs class. I sure did. Thanks for hanging out. We'll be back at 1:50 for some virtual stretch break. Otherwise, grab some lunch. Have a great afternoon.